Hey guys, today we're going to be doing What If Jonathan Joestar Survived? So, the way this works is there's two options. Either he kills Dio at the castle or on the boat. So, either way, Dio dies and Jonathan survives. And let's just say after that, it goes kind of similar to canon, where there's George Joestar the second and everything, but instead of him dying, I would think that Jonathan would teach his son Hamon, so he survives, meaning that Joseph has surviving father and grandfather, and they probably also teach him Hamon earlier, so how to actually use it properly and more skillfully, rather than how he was at the start of part two, which he could use it, but he wasn't like super skilled at it. And yeah, he would also be more of a gentleman since, his dad and grandfather were very gentlemanly, and I would think they'd probably teach him to be like that as well. Obviously, he'd still be very comedic, like Joseph is. He's one of the most funny, in my opinion, JoJo's out of all of them. It's probably the funniest one. Just saying. Josuke is pretty funny as well, but yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. Those are the main differences. Also, um, them all knowing Hamon, and eventually when the Pillarmen show up, because Dio's dead, so he's not gonna be really an issue for anybody. And yeah, when the Pillarmen whole situation happens, they fight the Pillarmen. There's a bunch more Hamon users. So yeah, it would definitely be easier, I would say, because it's Jonathan, George Joestar II, and Joseph Joestar. So three master Hamon users, I would say, at that point, against the three main Pillarmen. But yeah, they defeat the Pillarmen, and maybe Jonathan would die here, just as like a maybe he'd sacrifice himself fighting one of the Pillarmen. Something like that. Just maybe something like that happens. Either Jonathan or George die. Probably Jonathan. But yeah. And then, well, there's no real threats left after that since Dio died and the Pillarman dies. The Pillarmen die. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the villains. I guess just keeps going. And since Joseph would be more of a gentleman, he probably well, let's just say he probably would have never went to Japan, and Josuke would have never been born, I would say. So yeah, um yeah, that would pretty much be it. I would guess from like all the changes, it would be definitely very different, but yeah, it would be very different since no Dio past part one. Jonathan probably dies in part two instead of part one, and George is alive until, well, he's alive probably past part two into maybe he wouldn't be alive during like time part three takes place in canon. He probably wouldn't be alive anymore, but you know what I mean. It wouldn't be that it would be very different. So yeah, yeah, those would be the main differences, and that's pretty much it for this what if, I would think, because I honestly can't really come up with any way to continue this if Jonathan survived. Um, I guess maybe there could be some way where Dio did survive. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think Dio make the making sense. Like I don't think it would be making sense if Dio survived and Jonathan did at the same time. So one of them has to die. So yeah, that would pretty much be it, I guess. That's it for this what if. Only this part. Uh, if you have any other what if suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, thanks. Bye.